Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Witch Queen Season of Plunder intel. And this week's Grandmaster Nightfall is the Devil's Lair strike, and this is going to be quite the week of farming because not only is the Devil's Lair strike probably the easiest Nightfall in rotation, but it's also going to be a double loot week. So if you're just going for endgame mats like Ascendant Shards, sometimes you can get 3 per run. The weapon for this week's Nightfall is going to be the Silicon Neuroma Sniper Rifle, and of course, if you can complete this at Grandmaster, you will receive the Adept version, and you might want to consider farming it even if it's not the thing you would normally go for, because this is going to be leaving us next season. So this is going to be the last chance you actually have to farm this Adept weapon. As I said, the Devil's Lair is pretty easy, has been around for quite a while, but there are still some glitches, tips, and tricks that you should probably know if you are considering farming this at Grandmaster or even at Master level difficulty. Below that, it's kind of just a romp and is still worth farming even if you are doing this at the lower level difficulties just because of the double loot week. So the first thing of any note is for this room. This is where you actually have to scan the object and then face the, I believe, 4 waves of ads. There's going to be a lot of champions in this section. The champions for this strike are Overload and Barrier, I believe. There's going to be one spot in this room, most people probably know it, but if you don't, that you really want to go to, and that is the back right corner as you enter. You'll see us retreat there in just a moment. There is these fallen tankers. You can go all the way to the furthest back one, keep at least one teammate back there, I would suggest, or you can sort of set up behind this front one. This will give you a little bit of a better spot when the ads spawn in below you, but unlike the back part, you can actually get shot from the snipers at the opposite side of the room, so just keep that in mind. But overall, probably the best and easiest spot to get through this room, and if you do it right, you probably will get through this room in about 10 minutes. You just kind of have to wait for all the ads to spawn in, but from that spot and the vantage point, you can take out most of the ads pretty easy, as the big waves are going to be spawning directly beneath you. The next area that's probably going to give people the most trouble and possibly take up the most time is the tank area. It's very open. There's, again, a lot of barrier and unstoppable champions, overload champions in this area. Most of them are going to be right in the middle, underneath where the tank actually sits. I would suggest going all the way to the back of the map and moving around to the left, taking out the champions in the middle from here, and then you can actually scoot up to the right side of the map, maybe sending one person over to that spot where there's actually a tunnel. Now, the only reason I would send one person over there is because it kind of can drag the aggro a little bit away from the middle, and that actually allows your teammates to do more damage directly to the boss and less having to worry about all the ads just going directly onto them and having to take out the damage of them or mitigate the damage of them and the tank together. So this kind of just keeps the ads busy if you go over to the right side and into the tunnel. The dregs are a bigger problem, I find, than the actual champions in this area, so they're probably the first thing that you want to take out after the first area of champions. I believe there's a barrier champion as soon as you enter. Take that one out first, and then I would swoop around to the left dreg and then move to the right dreg from underneath where the bridge is, and then you can move over to the right side of the map, or at least have one person over there to try to take the aggro off of your teammates that should be sort of off to the left or in the middle at that point, sort of where you see my teammates here. Big shout out to Sinister and Ducky for helping me with this gameplay. And then once we move into the boss room, there is really one area that I'm sure, again, most people know about, but if you don't, that you definitely want to take advantage of. It's the easiest spot to hold in maybe any Nightfall in the game, or any strike really. And it's to the left as you enter, by where the stairs are. You are covered in this area. The boss cannot do really any direct damage to you in this area. Occasionally, you might find the boss actually, well, not spawns, but will warp to directly over above where the windows are, which is going to be the primary spot where you're shooting out of. But even when that happens, you can still get out of the way of most of the damage simply by backing up to the back left corner of the room. Now, if you are attempting this solo, which I would say is very doable, even for people who are maybe not the best at soloing activities or haven't ever attempted a Grandmaster solo before, this might be the most doable one. That is because in this particular boss area, not only is there this really great spot of cover, but occasionally ads can aggro you in here. But there is one spot right here in this corner that is a complete aggro-free zone. So even if ads do come into this room, if you jump into that corner, even if they're looking at you, they will immediately leave. The ones that are maybe coming up from the stairs, which does happen on occasion if you're in the back by the stairs too much, or even if you're standing at the windows, just jump into that back right corner and the ads will actually leave the room. It's not really the major thing when you're doing it in a group, because you're really just trying to hold that one room, and being in the back right corner really isn't helping. But if you are trying to attempt this solo, or maybe if your team does get overrun and you just need a quick place to heal up, that's the spot to go. Other than that, it's a fairly easy strike, as I said, so just good farming. We haven't had too many really fun things, I think. This portion of the season, we're sort of in the doldrums of the season. So a good week of farming, I think, is something everybody is looking forward to, so I hope you take advantage of it, because we probably won't have a really good mix of an easy strike as well as double loot again. Definitely for the remainder of this season, but quite possibly for at least the next few months. So hope you have fun doing it. I always have enjoyed doing this strike, even back in D1. So I hope if you're newer to the game and you haven't had a chance to really farm this out at higher level difficulties, that you do get a chance to do it this weekend. And remember, even if you are doing it at anything under Grandmaster, it is just a great week, because even at Master, you will always get a guaranteed Ascendant Shard. I believe even at Legendary, it's quite probable, but don't quote me on that. But even in Master, you're going to get at least one every single run. So also remember that if you've run out of space on your character to hold Ascendant Shards and you want to be able to hang on to a few more, you can store them in your Postmaster. Just make sure that you have a full inventory of engrams when you actually go into the strike, and I believe all will get sent to your Postmaster, or excuse me, all a full inventory of Ascendant Shards. Anything that is completely full, so if you can only carry, I think, 10 Ascendant Shards at a time, all the others will get sent to your Postmaster, and I believe you can carry another 10 there, so that's 10 extra on each character. Thanks so much for watching. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Any of those things I just mentioned also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And if you've watched to this point in the video, please leave a hashtag Devil's Lair, or a hashtag Witch Queen, or a hashtag Season of Plunder in the comment section down below. That'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And remember the secret hashtags. I do them on all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream, of course, We will see you next time. Little